All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hasham, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hasham Kakadash. Double honors to the apostle, Oscar Millstone. And something brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Now, I have two screenshots. This is from a post on Twitter. If you want to find a post, I guess you can just type in, like, up top under right next to the siren light, whatever. It was a video attached, but I really just want to hit the point and bring the scriptures out because this is, well, let's just read it, right? The sneaker market just collapsed. Nobody knows why. And this is something I noticed maybe the past couple months, maybe a few months, whatever. But I'm just reading it and I'll tell you, because I noticed the same thing. When you go to certain websites that do the resale of shoes and all this, the hype has died down. People just not spending that money anymore like that. So let's read. A sneaker shop owner says the entire market died overnight, and the numbers are insane. And in the video, the guys mentioned some numbers. Shoes that were 500, 600, now will move at 300. Jordan 1 sitting for $90, which those shoes are they're not worth 90. But if they're gonna be worth anything as far as retail price or resale, $90 is right, because them shits are uncomfortable. Dunks and GRs gathering dust. Even Heat price under retail isn't selling. Yeezy's once the safest resale shoe, and Yeezy got a cult following, man. All right. So it says once the safest resale shoe on earth are tanking everywhere. And I think he had a pair. He was selling for $110, That's way under. He straight up asked, does anyone want to explain why shoes are literally just dying right now? And the weirdest part, nobody's selling or buying. The whole ecosystem is frozen. And you can look at even like StockX, the numbers have dropped. All right, now, of course, shoes are still selling, but they lowered the price, the resale prices, all right, a considerable amount to still do this. But this just shows the economy is through. So they can play around with the GDP and, oh, we created this amount of new jobs, but y'all lost this amount of jobs. So these new jobs don't compare to all the ones that's been lost. All right? So they can play around with those numbers. They can't play around with what's really happening. And if you look and you can see what's really happening, this is the collapse is here. All right? That's why even DoorDash is letting you order food with credit. And I don't mean your credit card. I mean like Affirm and shit like that. So this is a comment on there, and this was perfect. All right? Fringe economic markets such as strip club spending, sneakers, trading cards, collectibles, moderate to higher priced restaurants could also come into play here. These are usually leading indicators of a falling economy. Because this means when the economy is good, what does that mean? People have an excess of cash, all right, extra cash, all right, so they can spend it on these things they want. What do you see on social media? People are talking about, I'm having to make decisions. These are Edomites. Am I going to pay for gas to get to work this week or buy groceries? They don't have the money like that anymore. And of course, there's still some people buying the shit, all right? They don't have the money like that anymore on the grand scale to spend it frivolously like that, man. Observations of spending in these areas will usually lead economic forecasts by about 3 months. He said, I've seen it before prior to the 2008 housing bubble. That's perfect, man. It's the Lord, like it says in Isaiah 47, the perfect storm is being created. All right, and to the watchman, we see it. To everybody else, thief in the night, man. All right, this is the perfect storm. This is Isaiah 47 and 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. So this, and the collapse is a part of the end of this place, man. All right? Economic collapse brings violence and wars. Like it's a lack of bread, the shelves been empty. It says what? They're going to rob their neighbors for this shit, man. Let's grab it. So this is a big deal. The economy collapsing is a big part of prophecy. Of course, job unemployment, lack of goods. All right, and actual dollar crashing is a big part. So this is Second Esdras 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. So there's going to be a lack of resources. All right. A lack of ability to get these resources even. And people are going to take matters in their own hands. All right. So this is a big deal. This is the perfect storm. You got the retail apocalypse. You got the housing. Damn, I wish I had the video. Of course, you got the housing market. The bubble is back huge. All right. The same thing with vehicles. All right. The car industry is fucking shot. And then a lot of people are really getting rid of US dollars to even go crypto. Like they're shooting themselves in the fucking foot. This is a sign of the end. Also, it shows unemployment is high as hell, and that's really the thing here. All right, unemployment is fucking high, and that's prophecy. It's Isaiah 19. If motherfuckers ain't got jobs or the work is tightening up, ain't no extra money, man. This Isaiah 19:14. The Lord has been a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. Automation plays a big part of it too. They have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his own vomit. So Esau just making bad decisions. It's starting from outsourcing, and you can't return from that really. The way this shit is set up is over with. So outsourcing. In fact, I would need to fact check this, but I've seen it a few times, so I believe it is real. You have certain like restaurants or retail or brick and mortar spots that are using like online cashiers to pay pennies essentially to the workers to deal with them, man. Like overseas, I believe they said the Philippines or some foreign country. So you got remote cashiers now. However that fucking works. This place is dumb. All right, you doing this to save money, but now you are getting rid of your workforce who will spend. Now you don't have any spenders. So them pennies you saved is going to end your company. And that's what America has done. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail branch or rush may do. So the workers die out. You know, the workers lose their jobs. What does that mean? No money is being spent like it was. All right. So essentially, the economy is going to crash. Hey, what did the Lord say? This is what He's doing. This is Isaiah 10, and I'm gonna get to the point. Verse 16, right? Therefore shall the Lord of hosts, send among his fat ones leanness. So the Lord set you up to get control of the world, to gather these riches. All right. But the Lord is also saying He's going to send leanness among you. So this economy is gonna cripple. The dollar's losing its value. Okay. The spending power is terrible. The spending power, it is horrible. All right. How much debt this is place in? 38 trillion. Hey, this shit is over with, man. And under His glory, He shall kindle a burning like the burning of a fire. And that's what's for one, the image of America is being destroyed. But literally, a fire will be kindled, man. This place will go to war. All right. The world is going to look at you and see how weak and poor and unneeded you are, because your dollar's through, and the whole world is tied in with your dollar, because that's how they have to trade to get their oil. Once that's off the table, they don't need you, man. And that's going to be that fire. That's that James, the 5th chapter. James 5:1. Go to now, you rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. And you know when men ain't spending money to look at ass and titties, that's all these people think about. They so damn carnal. That mean them pockets are hurting, man. All right? Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the gold and silver has been off out the window for a while now. So this decline has been happening for the longest. But now even the proverbial gold and silver, their fiat currency, is rusting. Again, proverbially. Meaning it's decaying. All right? The world is getting off the ACH, or the SWIFT transfer system. The world is want to get their own central digitized currencies. The world is ready to be free from the clutches of the U.S. dollar, right? And the rest of them shall be a witness against you. And this shows what time we in. Because the world is now leaving the dollar. The world is talking about, BRICS is talking about coming with their own currency. Central banking digital currencies has been talked about. That means the dollar's through. This is a witness that you're at the end and shall eat your flesh as we're fire. That your end is near, man. You have to keep treasures together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is if you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the craftsmen which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. So you got to pay for that, man. All right, your system, the balance is fucked up. You got these people that work for you, and they get pennies while you get rich. Which, that's not how you're supposed to treat a slave, like a servant. Your servant should come out with some paper too, man. This place so damn wicked. They raised the fucking retirement age so you don't get your benefits that you worked for and money was put to the side for. So this place got to be hit with fire, man. Point blank, period. Upon the ancient, you have very... Let me get that. We can end it on that. So it's beautiful watching this shit crumble, man. This is Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth that my people have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thy hand, thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. So this is what you've been doing. You know, you kept back by fraud, the Freedmen's Bank. Look into the history of the Freedmen's Bank. It's supposed to be for after the slaves got loose, they can put their money in there. It's supposed to be safe. And you robbed that. All right? Look at how, man, so many cases of teachers not getting a pension. Or they got to fight the system to get the shit that they take money out they check every fucking check. It's supposed to be their money. You don't earn interest on it. You don't use it to buy stocks and do all this other shit. But the person who the money belongs to, they can't get their fucking bread, man. This shit is wicked. This place has to go down. All right? You showed no mercy. Now it's time for you to receive no mercy. All right? So, this is beautiful, man. James 2:13, if he should have judgment without mercy, they have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiced against judgment. And that's why you see these Edomites on TikTok crying, how they broke, how they can't do this, the American dream is dead, blah, 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 blah. That's why the shoe market is down, the resale market is down. Good riddance, man. And you gotta understand, a lot of them, that resale shit is white, so-called white folks, man. Of course, niggas into it too, Asians, everybody. But we're watching the collapse of an economy, man. And some people consider those things investments. Because you buy them, they say they be worth money, then they're not selling or buying that shit right now. The economy shot. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Sham, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Sham Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle of the great millstone, and Southern doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Shalom, my Baba Ball.